And of course, we are live on X Spaces, on YouTube, on Facebook, and of course, on myjoyonline.com. My name is Elton Brobe. Let's settle for the details. Now, a clash between police and some supporters of one candidate in the Council of State election in the Ashanti Region has resulted in the arrest of one person. The suspect, believed to be a supporter of the former NDC chairman, Ya Obimpe, was among people who defied police orders to stay behind barricade mounted at the venue, that's the Prempeh Assembly Hall. Now, today's election is a rerun of last week's election that ended abruptly after some tires pounded on the EC and destroyed some materials, including cast ballot papers. Now, Joy News' Nanaya Ojima is monitoring events at the Prempeh Assembly Hall in Kumasi, and he joins me on via Zoom. So, Nanaya, so I can take you live to Kumasi now when Nanaya joins. Nanaya, tell us, what led to the arrest of this individual?
Prempeh Assembly Hall, and in a few minutes we expect that the EC will close the election. But unfortunately, that they were trying to reach an agreement because there's one more ballot to be cast. 85 of the 86 assembly members who are supposed to vote in today's election have been here, cast their ballots, but unfortunately there's one more assembly member to go. Unfortunately, they are trying to reach this assembly member and they've not been successful in reaching him to ask if when exactly he's coming in to cast his ballot. So that one person now is holding the whole election. If he should come in and cast his ballot now, it means that the election is over. The EC can go ahead and start the counting process. Unfortunately, we do not know when this person will come in and cast his ballot. So in about 2 hours, at 5 o'clock, that is when the election itself is supposed to come to a close. If this gentleman, we have to wait for him until 5 p.m. when he's supposed to come and cast his vote for the closing or for the closure of today's election. So that is the update from here, Prempeh Assembly Hall. As I said earlier, the place is well secured. Number of policemen who are stationed within the Prempeh Assembly Hall itself. They're stationed outside the Prempeh Assembly Hall. The main road in front of Prempeh Assembly Hall leading to part of the Central Business District, that is Roman Hill, is also closed to vehicular traffic today. No vehicle is being allowed to use that road. Now, the aspirants and other delegates who are coming in to vote are not allowed to bring in their vehicles. Their vehicles, they are made to park outside the premises, go through security checks before they are able to get access into the perimeter. Now, pictures of these aspirants and delegates are also taken at the main entrance by the police. Whoever is accredited to come in here, you have your picture taken by the police before you get access into the inner perimeter. As you can see in your shot, there is a police water cannon also stationed here for crowd control if anything should emerge. Other policemen are all over, some in police uniforms, others in plain clothes. Among others, the security here is well tightened. Even outside the premises, there are about 4 barricades that have been mounted by the police. Earlier, some people tried to breach these security protocols and the police had to step in and arrest these people. Now, the information that I'm getting is that about 6 people have so far been picked by the police for trying to, or for breach of the security protocols that have been put in place at the Prempeh Assembly Hall for the Council of State election. So, as I said earlier, 85 of the 86 people have come in and cast their ballots. As at midday, that's 12 o'clock, there were about 30 people had come in to cast their ballots. Subsequently, we saw a bus come into being driven into the first checkpoint. Now, the bus had the NDC chairman, Nana Kwesi Augustus Andrews, in the bus, leading some delegates, about 40 delegates, to the premises. All these delegates went through the various checks and they were cleared to come in and cast their ballots. after those numbers casting the ballot, that is when the numbers shot to about 80. Now 85 have gone through the process and they have cast their ballots. Earlier, I reported that some of the aspirants have declared that they are no longer interested in contesting in this election. The first to come out was Ms. Rose Hamilton, who was part of the aspirants. According to her camp, she is no longer interested in this race. She has withdrawn from the race, but engaging the Electoral Commission says that they are yet to receive any notification from her directing that or to mean that she's no longer in the race. So to the Electoral Commission, she's in the race. There's one other aspirant, Alex, who now says, and this morning he brought a letter to the EC signifying that he's no longer in the race. So the EC has accepted that. So according to the EC, now it's only one person who is no longer in the race or who has withdrawn from the race. I have some of the aspirants with me here, and I would want to talk to them and take their view on today's process and how things have been so far. Gentlemen, welcome to Joy News.
Thank you very much.
Please, kindly finish us with your name.
Frederick Ajay.
Mr. J, this morning the process started quite early, 8 a.m. You've seen the security protocols put in place. Is it exactly what you agreed on in the meetings prior to today's election?
Yes. Let me say a big kudos to Ghana Police Service and then the Regional Police Commander. They've done well. Yesterday we met, of course, as you said, we met yesterday together with the Ghana Police and then the Electoral Commission with all the aspirants. We met and then we arrived on a certain consensus on measures that they have to put in place for today's election for us to have a very peaceful election. And in fact, we've seen that indeed the assurance that the police commander gave, they've gone exactly the way that they promised, and we say kudos to them. As you can see, we have a lot of policemen around, fully armed, and we are pleased with what we are seeing now. I think we have what it takes to conduct an election now, as compared to what happened the other time. That was last week. We realized that last week the security system wasn't tightened as compared to today, and today we are all much grateful to the Ghana Police Service and then everyone involved in the security system.
Now, Frederick, tell me, you've seen the process, the electoral process itself. Are you satisfied with what you've seen so far?
Of course, everything is in place, everything is in order. So far, we've not had any misunderstanding or we've not seen anyone causing trouble when it comes to the processes involving any of the delegates or to prevent them to, cast their ballot or whatever. So for now, so far so good. As at now, we've not heard anything bad. So we say congratulations to all of us. Although we are still in the process of, cutting everything short or to end the whole processes. But so far so good. As at now, we say congratulations to all of us, we the aspirants, the Electoral Commission and then Ghana Police Service and all the security agencies that has been part of this particular successful processes so far.
Will you call today's election as free, fair and credible?
I must say that although we are waiting for the sorting and the counting processes to also take place, and I think until then, so far so good. As I said earlier, all the things that we've seen now and the processes that the delegates have gone through now, they are all successful, and we say it's a good news to all of us. So kudos to all of us.
All right. Thank you very much. So, according to Frederick, who happens to be the youngest aspirant among the people who hope to represent the Ashanti region at the Council of State, the process so far have been very good. Let me speak to Nana Ekweokon, a traditional ruler, and he's also one of the aspirants for the Nana, one process no so far saying na police security arrangement near the far.
So far the police presence, the security arrangements, everything is in order. You were witness to DC at the last time, almost put 2 measures be in place. Now almost yes and nipa 4 with their candidates no. And I know bit me room. But it got to a time and I feel nipa no crowd also. Because maybe we almost me do more tax and say pay kofa it be room. I feel more allow certain cars and as a buses be managed to realm even Sangophone did not go through that security check, you know. And see a bema nipa no bufa so. And see at the end of the day, no counting and starting and ana or mutisi mo say no. And see and I know we meeting and we raise all those concerns, you know. And Omumaya Sote say they are working on it. And then we will see that we will be an improved security. And true to their word, you know. And then we've seen an improved security. I think so even where they scan no processing a bear 3 from the main gate, you know. And I be drew and I saw a delegate so I to Abana. Even before you cast your ballot, no Sala no Musa screen you. You don't have anything hidden. I bet me a day basa abba. No pano kakrana ya query anona. Now say supporters in a big watch, you know. Maybe the day somewhere trying to cause chaos. But I think the police and handle Omukama. I think that Omuachi Nipa Bakura at the Neko. And so far, I think that everything is calm, everything is under control. Security for the modern bono for today, no. And we need to applaud them for it because Ankuye, no, you can't say Ankuye, it's an Akuya, or say I can't say my idea. So God bless them.
Now, let's talk about the election itself. How do you see your chances of winning this election?
Well, I see my chance very bright. The reason is that Council of State elections, you know, is not any ordinary elections. You are putting yourself up for election to go and counsel the president, to go and offer advice to the president. And see, we need people who knows what is going on, who are around, who knows the system, and for that matter can advise better. And see, for me, everywhere, baby, I'm no. It is the message that I was sending around of what I'm capable of doing. That is, if I'm elected into that state of the council of a member of the council of state, and maybe I'm a Kobe and they received me well. Though you can't trust delegates there, but sometimes when your message is good, you can feel say their message good. But once the elections, you know, there are not dynamics, you know, so people who are legends or people have different ways of voting other than even their message. But if it's the message, I believe I have what it takes to win the election today. So we are looking forward to the time when the election, the voting will be over and they can start counting. And I hope that I come out victorious.
Now, we saw some people being bussed to the election grounds. Isn't that a cause of worry to you and some of the aspirants?
It is. Council of State election was supposed to be non-partisan. So even if you are exposed politically, this is not a place to exhibit that form of exposition. We all know some of the candidates are either MPP or NDC, and it's not a hidden secret. But this is not the time to exhibit that because, like I said, it's supposed to be non-partisan. So passing people around, and we even hear that some will even come and all those things. But I don't think it's a work well for the Council of State election. Before we realize it will become so much partisan that we cannot do anything about it. So let's begin to conscientize ourselves and talk to ourselves that this is not the approach for a Council of State election. We all vote and we all have where we vote. But this is not the time for you to exhibit that I'm NPP, I'm CPP, I'm NPP or whatever. This is about Council of State election and this is about advising the president. So if you begin to show partisanship, your advice is already something that we have to. So if I tell you that I'm an NDC and I'm going to advise the president, it means the president he can just refute it because I'm a party member and to not go anywhere. If I'm also to show that I'm NPP, who are you to an NPP to advise, cancel the president on? Are you going to help his government or to help his government fail? So already you have also jeopardized your position as a member of Council of State. That's why you need to be neutral, and that is why the Constitution in its wisdom said they should have to be neutral. So we don't need to exhibit our party colors at this level.
Thank you very much, Nana Ekweokun. So that was Nana Ekweokun, who happens to be one of the 11 aspirants for today's election. So far, so good. Things have been calm so far. Only that there was some misunderstanding between the police and some supporters of one of the candidates outside, and it led to the arrest of some few people. The information that I have is that about 5 people have been picked by the police. Presently, they are in cells in some of the police stations within Kumasi. Now, in about an hour or so, at exactly 5 o'clock, it's expected that this election will be brought to an end. The reason is that there's one more person to cast his ballot out of the 86 aspirants, and out of the 86 delegates, I should say, and this vote, if cast, can make a difference in the election. Now, the aspirants and others are making efforts to reach this person, but unfortunately the information that we have is that the person's numbers are not going through, so we'll have to wait till 5 p.m. Expecting or waiting for the person to come in and cast his ballot. If the person refused to cast in at 5 o'clock, the polls will be brought to an end and counting process will begin. So we're still at the Prempeh Assembly Hall waiting for the one person or for the closure of polls for the counting to begin and serve you with the details or find out the results of the election.